time them yourself. They kind of happen.
Isn't there like an element of vulnerability to VP in the mid game here? Like, I'm looking at the draft, it just looks like they want to split push by time, because if you fight Gambit in the mid game, that's where they're strongest, right? With the Pangolier, with the Dragon Knight.
Definitely, definitely. Anytime there's like a Darkseer, Storm, Sven, these heroes all want to farm.
Should take a lot of damage. We'll back away. Trying to contest the runes here, and it looks like actually the hack pick up, well, doing the bot lane uncontested, while VP will get one on the top. Wait, what, did one get denied? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was looking. I was like, where's that rune gone?
I think the wolf might have denied it. But
I'm very curious to see if no one's going to pick up an early point into Vortex now when you don't lose the movement speed. You can rotate with the Darkseer or with the Nyx Assassin with an Iron Shell, and then you have a level 3 or 4, like a 1/1/2 on Storm's turn. Be able to grab a kill on the Dragon.
Yeah, possibly. Sure. It's quite good at level 1 now. The only thing is DK, it's hard to rotate on him, but like you said, with the Nyx and the Iron Shell, it does change the dynamic there a little bit. This top lane, I'm not 100% sure who wins this. I feel like with a Silencer, since you can just use the Arcane Curse and an AoE, preventing like all the spells, spammy stuff coming out from Gambit, I feel like VP wins this lane.
Especially if they play around these small choke points, right? Because you can hit multiple heroes with those stuns, so the chase down for Gambit is not easily achieved.
So Ramsey's hitting the creep wave, pressuring really far forward with his body. This allows Solo to... Oh, no, he's not going to get the side pull. They go for a kill instead.
Down on the FNG, the body blocking him as well, so he can't get through in the end. Roger does give him an exit, though.
I tried to get the pull, but awkward timing with the Venge really nicely. FNG coming over and contesting. He's putting his body there, saying like, okay, you want to go pull? I'll just block it. You try.
Ramses throws out the stun. Follow-up stun on the 2. Older Kulich getting pretty low, and they haven't leveled the magic missile, which means the Kulich, he's going to live. 20 HP. They thought they had him with the Arcane Curse, but it ticked out in the end.
I really like the lane for VP. I think the Darkseer against the melee hero is really good, and the Pango is in a poor position like this. Has a very hard time early on to actually in a dual lane with threatened, and it.
Well, going on. First blood is drawn. Playing a little bit aggressive considering they knew he had no way of protecting himself because he's just been spamming Wave of Terror so far.
God, this hero, man, FNG respawns and he has enough mana for 1 magic missile and then can't do a second one because of the Silencer stealing the int. That is the most frustrating thing. Like, Silencer honestly is so good against all of these Gambit heroes. They all have really low mana pools, but they need to use their mana for their spells.
We'll see how much they can punish it as well. I mean, I don't think they brought out much in the way of mana regen. No mangoes. Magic missile coming out. Going to try and protect the Silencer with the shield, but it's not going to be enough as the crits come through. Older Kulich, nice stick out from Solo, just enough to keep him alive, and he'll salve up to full.
These double stuns from Roger are beautiful.
It's just been kind of the show and tell of the last month or so, right? With people picking up Nyx even more, we've really got to see some pos-4 shine in the laner phase, especially with these Impales. Oh, another double stun.
Long range double stun.
FNG turns around magic missile. They're trying to get the kill on Silencer so he doesn't lose the mana, but nope, he's gonna get it. He might die for it, but he says +2 to me, and good luck casting your spells when you get back.
Always so frustrating on these heroes. Look at Venge, 195 mana. That int that she gained from leveling up, that's gone.
How long before she's just dribbling at the mouth? She's like, I'm not so smart anymore. Well, that's trying to go brute. That's a big one if they can get it. Kulich is going to get pretty low, but he has the collapse. They can't pursue. Is FNG going to... Okay, he's going mid. Is it just warding? It must be just warding. There's no way you can gank this Storm.
He can pick up a decent rune, maybe. And we did see... So it looks like no one is holding the point. He's
got DD. He's going top. They're diving. Immersion's pretty low. They actually want to turn around. Magic Missile comes out, and Solo, the punishment for taking his smarts is there.
Nice. Really nice work by FNG. Just like picking up running to the rune timing, keeping in. It's kind of like, what's the point in being top until this opportunity?
He's getting more. He actually might get more. Ramsey's going to try and walk it off, though. Does have the war cry, so they can't get through it. But FNG, he's never felt this strong, even without mana.
the region gave him enough for one. I'm curious to see if he's actually going to be able to use both his charges and all the spells. Use both.
God.
I don't think he'll have enough mana.
Carry mangoes, maybe?
Brew is actually like notoriously one of the worst heroes to play against Silencer. If you die once, you can't use clap and then split. But you actually need to buy stat items.
No one? He went bot. The hack is fighting on this though. Fairyfire's going to come out. Surge going to be there. The Wolves trying to do enough to hack. When across the creep camp. If no one gets hit once though, he'll go down. So he has to be careful. He has no mana left either. Pasha says, fine, I'll clean up the kill. The creeps won't get you.
Pasha's level 6. He's actually huge in the spot lane.
And then also, if you look at the CS, no one wasn't actually threatened at all or slowed down by the brief fires coming out from the Dragon Knight.
What surge is this?
Makes sense. DK's not a super high pressure hero. Although every time I say that, it seems like DK just destroys lanes that he shouldn't. But in this situation, he's doing well. But it's about even.
They might try and kill Storm. The problem is he just got 6. FNG is here. Even clarityed up to make sure he'll be able to use both spells. No one's going the other way, and while that's happening in the top lane, Immersion will go down. Another hero getting a little bit stupid courtesy of Solo.
Silencer drop. Fortunate. Tango's mana at 279. Rough.
Stun out the Storm. They can't get the silence though. No, they just get the disarm. And conveniently, he'll find a haste.
Yeah, if that's a silence, he dies there for sure. Unfortunately, you can't get both. You can't get both rocking at the same time anymore. It's one or the other.
Structures are fortified.
I was fine with that. Like, I still think it's kind of crazy to have both of those on one ability because, like, the way I kind of explained it to people was you're basically talking about RNG on top of RNG.
It's just kind of two abilities. It's like two passives if you can get both.
Look on bottom. The Hawk got his hood before. Catapult wave takes down the tower.
The double siege wave.
Yeah, Pasha can't really do anything. I thought Pasha was on track for getting his Dom first, but it looked like the Hawk got a bit more farm and the one that removes the tower first because Pasha has some deep push, but you're not rid of the siege.
Problem with Darks here is that you have to get the Soul Ring first, so that is what's prevented him from getting despite having like roughly the same net worth. Probably had more net worth before the tower. It's just the Soul Ring is necessary. Lycan doesn't need it.
They both don't have to be hampered by boots at least, but yeah. And that's the other thing is even once you get the Helm with Dominator, it's just the natural push power of the Lycan's always going to be stronger.
Yep.
The Feral.
Yep, Feral Impulse on the Catapult too, just giving that extra damage.
He's never felt so strong.
You can tank towers too with your Feral Impulse, gives you the regen. Howl gives armor for wolves. Playing Brew. Oh, he's got 6 charge.
Kind of always been the interesting thing about Lycan, and actually the skill build's changed a little bit because it used to be that people want at least 3 points of Feral Impulse because it made you unkillable in the lane. But now there's a priority on kind of maxing out these wolves and just punishing with tower pushes instantly.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Second point of Feral Impulse's value because it goes from 1 regen to 3, which makes the laning a lot easier. Gives you kind of a bit of a free tango with your passive regen as well. And then the wolves, just the cripple and the invis on the wolves, and the fact that they have so much HP now. They're very effective to level up. These things are doing 60 damage each. And that's without the helm, without the crit from Shapeshift.
The early level 7 as well. Having the Invis Wolves if you want to use them for scouting. Especially once you got the Dominator up, you can just send out the boot scouting and put pressure on them. Very useful to have.
Yep, even sitting them on a support is very frustrating. To just run away from them. They can chase you all the way to base. These little wolves, because they hit you, they go invis, they hit you, they go invis. You're not going to drop a sentry or dust the wolves. Pasha pops his ultimate. That's the top creep wave. Pasha almost has his Echo Saber.
They're pushing mid, by the way. They committed to the Dragon Form, and this is the important tower to get. They even rotate Lycan to ensure that's the case, and this is kind of the beginning of the next 10 minutes preview, right? Can Gambit keep up that pressure and look to just by 20-minute mark take all the outer towers of VP?
I'm surprised VP actually has a 2k gold lead despite losing 2 of these towers. And Gambit has this the supports farming in lanes, right? They have 2 people farming the side lanes while this tower push is happening, so Gambit's playing the map really efficiently right now. Version's getting bot lane, you have Brew catching up in the top lane, and then the push is pushing.
It's kind of leverage of different lanes, right? Because, I mean, we think about the mid lane and we think about the bot lane, like, damn, actually Gambit, you know, they apply some pressure. Lycan seemed to be having a good time. He wasn't actually finding loads of kills, though, while top was a bit of a bloodbath in favor of VP. That means Brewmaster just ends up poor by the 10 minutes mark, compared to where you'd maybe expect him to be if there wasn't that additional pressure coming out. And now pressure on the Dragon Knight, and we'll try and bring him down. Nice double stun coming out beautifully in the vacuum back as well to keep him on close. DK will fall, trying to chase on the Coolidge. He'll at least be able to pick up the rune, but the wall goes down and the Centaur Stomp coming off cooldown in 2 seconds. I don't think they even need it. He's dead either way, or he should be. Depends on the missed chances. Oh, the Impale actually flopped here, but they're going to surge forward with the Centaur, and they'll close up a double kill for Pasha.
Nice rotation for Pasha. With the Centaur, very strong power spike at the moment.
Yeah, these Iron Shells early on is helpful, especially against the Dragon. Usually notoriously tanky with his passive, but magic damage is always going to tear through him. And then now as well, with that fight, you manage to get level 6 on Roger, so you can start rotating around with the Nyx Vendetta and the Shell as well. Probably get some pickups, get no one. Once high, you can get longer jumps as well. Very interested to see what he's going to try and aim for as an item, if he wants to go for more offensive in the Orchid, or if he wants to get Bloodstone to start scaling into late game.
I think Orchid's pretty good this game. Against Pangolier, can jump away, use the ultimate, Brew split, take that away, take the Lycan out of the fight, too, take his ultimate away. But, you know, you do lack a lot of mana regen if you don't go for the Bloodstone, just based on the way the regen has been changed. And if you go the Bloodstone, it gives you 200% regen, so it just buffs all of your other regen items as well. And that scales multiplicatively, so you can actually get a second Bloodstone and get double again. It's pretty nuts.
Gambit doesn't necessarily... I mean, they have some burst, but it's more whittling you down as well, so just having the heal of the Bloodstone is also fairly useful for...
And you have the Global Silence as opposed to needing the Orchid. And the Roll Thunder coming in. Global Silence is going to actually be used, and Venge will pay the price for it. Ango's stuck in the base right now. He can't actually get out. He has got the Swashbuckle available as the Silence ends. Split's going to be used. Jumping straight on top of Nyx. Roger's gone. They find more out of this. They activate the Lycan Wolf form. Ramsey's just going to stand his ground with the Gold Strength active. Does a lot of damage. There's the Vortex. Dragon back. Will get the kill on the Pangolier. Now pursuing for more. Afon next on the hit list, but can they get him? Oh, pause coming out.
Huh.
There's attack pause.
I love the Gambit try to force them back. But definitely, like, with the swap in, it was like a tiny little swap, you know? Kind of unnecessary, super aggressive insta buyback.
They'll pay a price for it, though. Coolidge will go down here. No easy way to escape from this. Just wasting the time of VP as best he can to make sure everyone else gets out alive. Gambit, that should kind of be the signal point, right? Okay, actually, we kind of underestimated VP's power spike at this stage in the game. We need to actually inflate our gold worth more by taking the out towers first.
Sure. I do like that they tried to force them back, though. That is definitely the play. Just get VP to sit in a very inefficient position, having 3 cores in one lane, and then you just leave and maybe go take Roche, or you go push the top tower, something like that. But definitely very tempting with this sort of lineup to go for that push, because with Benjora, you have the Brew split up, which the Sven was clearing through because it's got a lot of items. You have the Lycan, of course, with the pushing. You have the Dragon Knight with the ultimate. Just super tempting to go for that push. Okay, we can get an early tier 3 and just win.
Fire Merchant. They found an easy kill. Roger just doing Roger things, or Nyx things in this case. I think he's happy with his performance. I mean, you gotta be, right? He sniped the Core before that fight occurred. He's actually set up a few kills. This is a good start for a Nyx. This is what we'd like to see by this point in the game.
Right, and his stuns in the lane were also making the top lane significantly easier for VP. In an aggro tri-lane versus tri-lane scenario, those, like, you know, little efficiency plays, double stuns, denying range creep, stuff like that, that's how you get an advantage in an otherwise, like, relatively easy lane, even lane, I should. He's been having a really nice game.
Storm has picked up his Kai already, so getting close to level 12. Let's see more of those long range. Just jump setups from Roger and no one. Keep just getting pick-off kills and just stop the push from actually being able to happen from Gambit's side. But on the other hand, we also saw Afo pick up Midas, so they realized that they need to get some more items up. The Hawk is going for his book before they can actually go for the next push. So
Oh well.
Important kill to find since he has the global silence again. He will find it indeed.
An easy kill too.
Although, what are you going to do with this? I don't know if you go into the pit because you just used Elder Dragon form for that alone.
Yeah, and he's up soon with the, you know, the global. Not that big of a deal.
Scanning.
I guess if you know you're not going to push high ground too soon, then you don't mind doing that anyway. As we were like highlighting before, the Necronomicon level 3 is what they're going to aim for before they head back to hit buildings.
Just free gold, yeah. May as well take free gold. Like you said, push when they have another power spike. Honestly, the Necro 1's not a bad power spike. The way that it scales, 60 damage at level 1. You know, you get it to Necro 3 and it doubles the damage on the Archer. The other one is like almost does what, 2/3 of the damage at level 1. So Necro 1's actually very, very good.
They might go for Aphon here. They could set up the long range zip.
Yeah, they have the break from the Nyx Assassin, but it's a lot of HP.
And it's next to a shrine as well. Maybe if Aphon moved towards the mid lane, then you would have converged with Ramses. But he actually just went deeper into the jungle.
And it's still only level 1 full, so you have the stuns from. You have that much. Probably get through. And now under gets there too. Almost more dangerous.
It looks like no one is going for the Bloodstone after Kaya, which I think is very good. I feel like Bloodstone is, I mean, it was a good item on Storm before, but now I feel like it's almost necessary just because of how regen was changed. And without that 200% regen from Bloodstone, you basically cannot replicate old regen that you used to get on Storm. But with the 200%, it's you know, it doesn't scale as nicely as it did before, but at the very least, come mid-late game, you will have enough regen to actually do those like long range zips. It's just double damage right now.
He's going to try and use it as well. Goes on the Brewmaster who has the split. If he can force that out of him though, it's worth because you could easily just escape afterwards. Swashbuckle won't get the silence they were looking for, but we'll get the disarm. Merchant charging up, getting ready to go for the move and will. But can he actually catch no one? He's going to keep just ball lightning away. Out of mana now, so they might actually be able to punish no one. Still with the DDs, they have to be a little bit careful. Brief Fire to reduce damage split's going to come out, and Lycan has activated the Shapeshift mode. Going to chase down on the Pasha. Stomp onto him. Cycloned up in the air. They can get Storm off this. Global Silence going to be used, but Darkseer is already dead. And when he comes down, no one, he'll be dead too. He has no mana left and no life either. That's actually a big win when you think about it, right? It's just the Storm, you expect a huge power spike at that stage. And on top of that, the Global Silence was used. You still lose 2 heroes.
Yeah, and Pasha, so that's a hard kill on the Darkseer. Very hard.
The only real positive of that kill was they're not really close to any of Dragon Form. Still really big for Gambit pickups, and Roger's dusted, so a bit rough.
So he buys enough time. The dust ran out.
No book 3 yet.
A lot of this game is definitely on Ramses, who has a full BKB, but if he shows up to a fight, and oh, speaking of which, bot lane.
Trying for Kulich here. He does have a TP, so he knows he can't just throw out the stun. And now he's got the assistance there, and the damage is enough to bring him down.
This is always an awkward situation when you're a carry, when your team is not having the greatest game. Enemy team is where it's kind of all on you. Like if you show up to a fight and it doesn't go well for you, and you just get kited, it can be almost over at that point because Ramses is like way above the net. He's kind of the whole gold lead. The gold lead is kind of between Ramses and Panda having a really rough time in this game.
And I guess you could say, oh, gonna be jumping. No one. Trying to make the move. Forces the magic missile on the swap out. Vacuum connects on the free. Roll Thunder's gonna come out. No one. Just looking for the kill on the FNG as that's the easy one. Might pursue for a little bit more. Just gonna back away though. Happy that Pangolier had to use his ultimate defensively.
Giving on Ramsey still.
I think the thing I was going to highlight here is actually, like last game, we talked about how both teams had to be proactive, right? They had to be the ones to jump in first. This game is different though, right? It seems like Gambit have to actually be the ones to be proactive and go aggressive first, whereas VP have tools to respond to that defensively.
Yeah, for sure. Global is one of the best counter initiation tools, and there it is.
And there it comes now. Brewmaster can't do anything but die here. No chance to get it split out. No chance to run away.
I love that Ramses went for early BKB, no blink. Now he's sending it out, but he's just like, all right, if I show up to a fight and I die, probably actually over. Just with how good it was looking for Gambit in the early game. He just goes for the BKB. He has to usually just get out, his team dies, whatever, as long as he doesn't die. But now he's got the blink.
And he also, for mobility, he's got the Darkseer to give him surge, so then you can just have the BKB and kind of roam free in the fights if you get a fight on your turn. But no one also changed up his item build. It's actually going for the Orchid instead after that. Takeoff in bottom kind of going the wrong way. Looking to be more offensive and more aggressive.
Jump in. Afon going in first. The stun follow up in response with the vacuum. The double stun through the impel. Beautiful. Locks him on the spot and Dragon Knight goes down. BP. Well, they didn't have to go looking for the fight. The fight came to them and Dahak has to expend the ultimate just to run away.
Oh my god, Ramsey's got 600 gold from killing all those Necros. Now they're about to take Roshan.
Good god.
13,000 net worth at 20 minutes on Ramses. He almost has the same net worth as time that there's been in the game. If it keeps going this way.
Who knows? He could end up there with a blink.
Like 1k per minute.
I mean, with that blink, he could just use it to farm more efficiently as well, you know? You just become a pseudo anti-mage.
Maybe. They get a Rax, you know? Get in there.
And another big item is ready. No one has got the gold together to have that Orchid. Not bad timing as well. We're going to have no Bloodstone in the end, though, as he did decide to just opt out. I guess that's okay, though, with the way you just suddenly ramped up this aggression. That item choice seems more fitting.
It'll be helpful in fights.
He doesn't really need to scale to be that kind of late game, like build up those, like, he'll eventually get a Bloodstone, of course. But at this point, if he can just prevent the Panda from ulting, prevent the Pangolier from ulting, basically prevent any hero on the side of Gambit other than the Venge from ulting, then that's going to make enough space for Ramses to just go in and kill everybody. This is the Ramses show, so all he needs to do is just do whatever he can to support Ramses, and going for a Bloodstone, you know, it would make him tankier, which would help support Ramses a little bit, but I feel like Disable is really the way that you help Ramses, because it's a Sven. You just want to make sure that he doesn't get kited.
Basically flexing to the state of the game and flexing on this Lycan right now. With the Orchid being shown, they did use the global science to make sure there was no sort of rebuttal coming in from Gambit. And all the while, Ramsey's just casually pushing away in the bot lane.
I think the global is to prevent like a potential swap out.
Solo?
My god.
Solo things.
I mean, this is kind of the solo classic, right? He usually does this around the Roche Pit, but he's always just trying to draw everyone's attention onto him. And I just like this logic of, hey, I've used my global. Can you guys come and kill me now? I just want to like go for a coffee break or something until my ultimate's back up.
I remember seeing Solo build. I think he went 6 branches on Disruptor, no regen, and then just pool people regen and wards and stuff like that. It's like, oh my god, this is taking like cost-efficient items to the next level. Like, dude, branches are so good.
I think
the Bracer's treads. Like, this guy's so tanky.
I think my favorite like solo moment in probably the last year is easily when he drafted a Spirit Breaker against a Beastmaster and just kept charging at the Beastmaster to force him to stun him with the new Bulldozer. I was like, this is just total solo behavior right now. He's like, just hit me, just throw everything on me, I dare you.
Hey man.
That's why Solo Ogre was so strong as well. You just run at people, throw the garbage, and then you leave. You come back, throw more garbage, and then you just keep doing that the whole game.
There's like chucking garbage everywhere. People have to go on you. We saw in the last game, using your HP as a resource is a real thing. The Enigma did it, and it was obviously worked out really well.
Well, in the end, Swap's going to come out. A Pangolier not protected. Ramses with the backstab. A Coolidge stance, so he can't even use the split. Will fall as well. And they might keep chasing for more vacuum. Wall goes down. FNG joins him in the grave. He was trying to save his life, and in the end, he couldn't even save himself. They're going to find another one. Shapeshift activated, but Dahak going to be stunned up the Stormhammer. Moving forward with the God Strength. Might be enough to bring him down. With the Vortex dragging him in, it will. They might just go back towards the mid lane here. The wave is pushing in right now. They want at least this tier 2.
Half of Ramsey's net worth lead is coming from the Necrobucks. I swear to god, every time Lycan ults, this guy just pops the stun on all the units and gets 600 gold plus the Lycan kill.
This has been a big criticism of Necros in the past. I mean, we've seen a lot at TI8. We've seen a lot when Arc Warden was in the meta. It is the kind of drawback of this item choice. It really can just enable your opponents.
Yeah. It's a rough one when there's a Sven one hitting them on the enemy team. Look at the dancing.
There's a global silence. Brewmaster, he wants to dance, but not anymore. Afon with the BKB moving in the Dragon Tail, but it's too late. His Brewmaster is down. The buyback's going to come out. He needs to get that split off there. So use the Roll Thunder. FNG getting low on HP will fall. Afon. BKB is ran out now, so the Spike Carapace does in fact hurt. Nice Raw Thunder through by Immersion, but they're all so damn tanky, they barely feel it. Solo, who should be the squishy easy kill, sitting on half HP courtesy of that Crimson Guard and Double Bracer. He'll finally die, but this is what you find. For all that, you lose your melee, you lose your tier 3 tower, you have the buyback. Wait, GG? They call GG?
He's done.
Like, he didn't even wait. He left the game. I didn't notice the call until I saw him disconnect.
Go next. Whatever. Go game 3. We saw the value in the last fight of the Darkseer Surge with the Sven. I would argue that a big reason this hero has come so hard into the meta is because Darkseer, what I'm referring to, is that, like, you have all these really fast movement speed heroes, ODs, you know, Svens, that do so much damage, and they just don't want to be kited. Ursa as well. You just surge them. They don't even need a BKB. They're running at 700 movement speed. It's actually just the perfect hero in a patch where everybody's been buffed in terms of movement speed.
Get on top of heroes.
Yep. In that fight, the BKB came out from Ramses, and he's still fine. Just runs away with the surge. No way you can catch him.